Good evening. My name is Ron Knapp, owner of My Sports Results, and I will serve as your host tonight as we welcome the Hall Girls Track and Field team in our Salute to Seniors meeting. As we progressed through each week this past spring, the likelihood that our seniors and their teammates would enjoy a track and field season diminished every day. After the announcement was made to cancel the spring season, I reached out to head coach Sue Kurnius and offered her and her senior athletes an opportunity to connect with each other in a virtual meeting. This meeting is my attempt to provide solace to coaches and athletes during these unprecedented times by giving you an opportunity to gather and chat about your common team experiences as well as share your plans for after graduation. Tonight's Salute to Seniors virtual meeting is powered by my sponsor SoundRunner, with stores in Brantford, Fairfield, Glastonbury, and Old Saybrook. Their stores are now open for business in addition to providing online shopping. One of the nice things that our sponsor did for us is that they gave us two $50 gift certificates for their stores, and I will be sending that out to the coaches to spend as they see fit on their team. So again, thanks to our sponsor SoundRunner for providing those two $50 gift certificates. So without further ado, I'm going to let head coach Sue Kurnius and assistant coach Betty Remigino Knapp take over, and we'll go from there. I got let them do the introductions and any intro comments that they want to make. Coach Kurnius, take it away. Up. Sue, no sound.
Mute yourself.
There you go. Sue, you ready?
So I'm going to introduce Coach Kurnius first.
Okay.
I thought I'd start with the boss. And I don't often get a chance to do this, so this is fun for me. So Sue Kurnius has coached for 46 years. That's impressive in itself. She took a brief hiatus when her daughter was born, and she really enjoyed coaching probably any sport there is in high school. She coached gymnastics, she's coached track, she's coached swimming, and she enjoys all of them. One of the things that I think that sets Sue apart from any coach that I've ever hired or worked with is she has always created an environment where athletes learn, grow, and excel. And it just creates an environment that's inclusive, everybody feels good, and it's just so positive. And that's really what high school sports is all about. You know, you can have people that are great coaches in the high jump or this or that, but one of the biggest things of Sue is really her ability just to connect with all the kids. And it really doesn't matter if you're the top kid or probably the last kid. They all feel welcome in her program. And that's really, I said, she is really the epitome of high school coaching. And so that's why I really enjoyed coaching with her. I can't say enough about the amount of respect I have for her. And we have so much fun coaching. It's hysterical. I mean, we just are always back and forth with stuff. So she's been my mentor. I started with her when I was 22 years old, I think. So it's been a lot of fun, and we really is coaching season together. So I'm going to take over from here.
Sue, we still can't hear you. I'm gonna let's see if I can
turn your sound on.
No.
Okay.
You were doing fine earlier.
She's really good with technology too.
Hi,
All
everyone.
right.
And I dropped myself. All right. So I wasn't prepared for that, and I appreciate, of course, Coach Remy. I love Coach Remy. And to tell you the truth, both of us will probably quit together because we love coaching so much together. And I think what happened was 4 years ago, I think it was with you guys, your epiphany to sports. You began with us, and right away we knew that you were a special class. And I remember saying to Coach Remy, hey, they're pretty good. And she's there, nah. And I was saying how good you were, what great kids, how hard you worked. And as the years went by, I was just so inspired by your work habits and your goal setting, and more importantly, how inclusive you are to everybody. And so as the years went on, I'm real. This was I was going to say at the end, but I'm so sad that we haven't been able to do the field season this year, because if any group in my history of 46 years, as Coach Remy so thoughtfully pointed out to the world, that if any year deserved to have that senior platform as being the leaders, you were it. Because each and every one of you epitomize what high school sports athletes should be. And I feel so lucky and so fortunate to have been able to, at least for some of you, coach you in the indoor season. And so thankful for the experience. And I know you're going to go on to do great things. And, my mother only says God only tests the ones that can take it. Well, you guys, we knew could take it, because you are such strong character, and we're so lucky, Coach Remy, for have you guys with us during the during the end of career. Okay. So
I'll take you off the hook here, Coach Kernius, and we'll start with the going through the first questions with the athletes, and we'll start with Delnaz first about what do you love most about track and field, and what are your future plans? Just introduce yourself, and then just what events that you specialized in, and then you can go through the question.
All right, you guys can hear me, right?
Yes, sounds good.
Okay, so hi, I'm Delnaz Imroliwala. I'm a senior at Hall High School. I throw shot put and javelin during outdoor, and my future plans are going to Königsegg University as accounting major. And what I will take most, what do I love most about track and field is just you have a group of amazing sisters when you join, and you just become part of like a whole family. And I love that energy, and I love the love that we all share for each other, which is just absolutely amazing. So
thanks so much, appreciate it. We're going to move on to Julia. Audio problems, Julia.
All right, you guys can hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, good. Sorry. Hi, I'm Julia. So I'm a senior at Hall as well. And next year I plan on going to Fordham University in the Bronx, fingers crossed. But during track, I would do pole vault and javelin, and then hopefully, I was hoping to try high jump this year, but obviously that's off the table, which is all right. But what was I say? High school track. I just love how close I was able to make connections with people. Like, I definitely, some of the friendships that I have now that I'm so close with, like, are from track and from doing track with people. And even though the team is so big, since there's separate tiny little groups that you are all super close with, but the whole team in general is just so supportive. And it's just a great support system. So I'm definitely going to miss that. But I will say, it taught me a lot of grit. So hopefully I'll be able to bring that with me.
Thanks so much, Julia. Appreciate the comments. Emily, you're up next.
Hi, I'm Emily Cubbage. I'm going to be going to University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill next year. And I did mostly the 800, sometimes the mile, but not usually.
We lost your audio, Emily. Emily? Oh. Emily, we lost your audio. Oh.
Just talk about what happened in school that day, which is it was great to be able, like, right after school to have people to go to.
Okay, so we got some of that. We can come back later if you want. Catherine, I'm going to skip down to you.
Hi, I'm Catherine. Next year I'll be going to Boston University, and my favorite, I throw shot put and discus, and I would say my favorite part was definitely all the close friends that I've made, because we wouldn't just see each other during track, but almost every weekend we'd do something together or go to another sporting event. And that definitely was really like fun, and it was exciting to get to see them every day and make those close relationships.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it. I got Rose Kitts. You're up next.
Hi, I'm Rose. I do mostly 800 to 1600, but also some other distance events. And next year I'll be going to Tufts University, and I'll be studying mechanical engineering. And I would say that what I love most about the team, I think kind of just echoing what everyone else has said, the camaraderie, and we are able to have fun while we're still like working really hard towards our individual and team goals. So it's just been such an amazing experience, because I feel like when I'm with the team, I can just have fun and also compete.
Important points. Thanks, Rose. Jess Mason, you're up next. Care to share your thoughts about yourself a little bit, and then about your love for track and field?
Hi, I'm Jess Mason. I'm a sprinter, and I'm going to be going to University of Tampa next year, and we'll see if I'll be able to run there, but I don't know, fingers crossed. And the thing that I love most about track is that everybody's running different kinds of events, whether you're on the track or on the field or jumping or whatever your event is. Like, you always come back at the end of the meet. We always do this thing where we come to the center of the field and we do one last final cheer at the end of the meet, and it kind of just symbolizes all of the great, like Rose was saying, camaraderie that we have. And it just makes me feel like it's like there's no feeling like that, just like coming together as a team, all different kinds of athletes and groups of people, and it's just like the best feeling ever.
Thanks, Jess. Appreciate the comments. Next, share your comments is Mira.
Hi, I'm Mira. I did shot put and discus, and I'm planning on going to Southern next year. The coach has reached out to me at Southern, so I'm considering joining the track team. But the one thing I love most about track is all the memories you make, and also hearing people cheer for you, and then us cheering for other people, because it really gets you motivated and like really pumped to like do your best. And we've seen people like come up after saying that if we didn't cheer for them, we wouldn't have run faster or thrown better. So just like always being so close with everybody, it just makes the team better, and it makes you better as a person as well.
Thanks, Mira. Thanks for sharing. Appreciate it. Next person to share is Danaka.
Hi, I'm Danaka. I throw shot and disc, and next year I will be going to Johns Hopkins University. And my favorite thing about track was definitely the people I met, because there are definitely people I met freshman year who I would consider some of my best friends right now. So I think just the way that you're able to meet people and then like you just become so close, it's really tight knit, and I just really love that.
Thanks so much, Doc. I appreciate it. Next up is Leah.
Hi, I'm Leah. I'm a sprinter. I'm going to University of Connecticut next year. And my favorite thing about track was the friendships, like everyone has said. Every year of track, I have always made new friends, and I really miss seeing them. But yeah, I'll miss that a lot.
Very good. And last but not least, but just because we're at the Z's now, Jenna.
Hi, I'm Jenna Zdanowicz, and I'm a distance runner, but I do anything from the 4x4 to the 2 mile. And I'm going to be going to the University of Connecticut next year, and I'll be competing for them. And what I love most about track is that how inclusive of a sport it is. If it's your coaches, teammates, or runners or sprinters from other teams, they all come together as like one big family, and there's nothing quite like that with any other sport. So I find that really special.
Thanks so much, Jenna. Appreciate it. Everyone, thanks for your sharing your introductions and your comments. one of the things that we'll start doing now is have a couple of questions, and I'll call out on some of the ladies here. First question that we have is, what will you take away from your high school track experience as you go forward in life? And I'm going to ask Delnaz to answer first.
So what I took with me, or what I will take with me through my high school track experience, is that you can do absolutely anything you want to. There's no impossible if you work hard enough, especially like with this group. They're so supportive, and that they encourage you to do your best, and you will do your best because they believe in you.
Thanks so much. Julia, your time to answer that same question. What will you take away from your track experience?
I think I said earlier how track has taught me a lot of grit and honestly just persisting and staying focused with what you want to achieve. But I also think that track has taught me that it's all right if you're not doing your best at the moment, because there's only upwards to go. So I think it was all right. Track taught me that it's all right to not be okay, and like, you have a family to support you. So I think that was great.
All right. Thank you very much. Emily, I have you down for the next person to answer that. What do you think?
I think similar to Julia about grit and working hard and perseverance. I think track has shown me the importance of slowly progressing and trusting the process, especially with distance, just trusting that each workout, each just easy run is working towards something bigger, and just bettering yourself with every day.
Thanks so much. It sounds good. We're going to switch off to a different question about time for some of you to reflect and share who are some of the people that have the greatest influence in your life, whether it's a teammate, a captain, or a coach. And I'm going to start with Jess on this one.
So pretty much all of the seniors from like since I was a freshman to when I was a junior have all been like amazing role models, and there's so many great memories I have with all of them. But one person that really took me under her wing when I was a freshman and basically taught me the rules and everything I needed to know as a young sprinter was Bella Livingston. And she was just a great role model to me. And I don't know if she's watching, but hi if you are. And she really just taught me everything I needed to know. And she was a great role model to me. And I'm really thankful for that.
Thanks so much for sharing. Appreciate it. Danaka, I'm going to put you up next for sharing who you had the greatest influence in your life.
I would really have to give it to Coach Remy, because especially in like my first couple years of throwing, I got really hard on myself after having like a really bad day. I would like shut down, and she would like tell me that it's like completely okay if you throw bad, like everybody, it happens to the best of us, so to not be too hard on yourself. And I think that's going to carry like a long way with me in the future.
Thanks so much for sharing. That was great. And Leah, I'm going to ask you to wrap up this question.
I think Coach Kern has been my biggest role model throughout these past 4 years. She's really like taught me to be hardworking and to persevere throughout basically anything. So.
Thank you so much. That's great. We're going to go off onto another tangent here. I know on some of your introductions that some of you said that you are planning on competing in college for your school, or or on a club basis, or some outside experience. What experiences from Hall Athletics do you think will help you prepare for that college arena? Mira, I'm going to start with put you on the spot first, because you're going down to Southern, correct?
Yes, definitely something that Hall's taught me is, like as Danaka said, I used to be really hard on myself too with throwing, and just the community and everybody always just like can get your motivation up and always like push you to be better. So I feel like at Southern it would be similar because as a team you're supposed to work as a team, but you can also do stuff individually. So I also think that just keeping my head up and just making connections with new people that can help.
Sounds like a good experience. I'm going to switch out over to Jenna now. What do you, when you compete up at UConn, what experiences from Hall do you think will help you prepare?
So I've learned a lot through my time at Hall High School with such amazing coaches and teammates that believe in you when you don't always believe in yourself, and that give you the confidence to succeed. It's not always easy, but you face challenges along the way that, what Coach Kern always says, help build your character to be a better person. So that's something really important. And I learned that what working hard really means, because before, you don't really know until you be put in certain situations. And so I learned a lot through leadership and through the amazing teammates and coaches that I'll be able to carry on up to UConn.
Thanks, Jen. Appreciate that. Rose, you had said that you're going to Tufts and you will be competing. What experiences from Hall will you bring with you when you go to Tufts?
Yeah, I think first of all, like the experience of getting to meet so many people, because we have such a large team, has really helped me in so many ways. First of all, because I'm a naturally shy person, so I've been able to really, open up and learn how to lead from my captain seniors and my coaches. And also just the experience of meeting so many people and learning their stories and learning how to deal with different situations when other people might be facing a challenge or when I might be facing a challenge. I think overall, just as Jenna said, learning how to work hard towards both team and individual goals, because in the end, and how to have fun while competing.
I think that will carry you far at Tufts. Catherine, I'm going to have you respond to this question as well. And I forgot where you said you were going.
I'm going to Boston University
Okay.
to throw. And I definitely, what lessons that I can carry over is definitely like hard work, but with the hard work, you have to have a lot of fun, or else it won't be as enjoyable. And that's something I think we've done a lot on the throwing team, is just we're there for a long time and we're working really hard, but in between our throws, we're always having fun and we're always talking to each other and making sure that one another are doing well and really enjoying practice. And I think that something that I've learned and that I'll carry over.
Very good. Thanks. I appreciate it. Now I'm just going to open it up to anyone in terms of an answer. We're going to put the coaches on the spot here. So athletes, tell us a favorite story about your coach, or share a favorite story about your coach. And Mira's laughing so hard that I just have to pick Mira first.
Uh-oh. Okay. Well, this kind of included a lot of people in it, but we have these mush balls, that's what we call them. They're really underweight shot puts, and there was a practice when we had a bunch of people throw. I think I knew that Emily threw, I knew that Jenna threw one, and we all were trying to get Coach Remy to go, but she wouldn't want to do it, even though she's our throwing coach. But we still love you, but we really wanted you to do it. So that was a really good memory, because I don't know, it just included everybody, and they were trying an event that they usually wouldn't do. So it was kind of funny to see them try doing something that they're not used to doing.
Sounds like a good day at practice. Anybody else have a good story they want to share? Emily, go ahead. I just saw your hand go up.
Hi. Yeah, can you hear me?
Good.
Yeah. So dancing has become a large part of Hall girls track and field, mainly because of the throwers. they used to create like dances for us that were really cool. And then there was this one dance. It was to, oh no, I forget what song. Do you remember, Mira or Catherine Tanaka?
Yeah. What
It was
song?
like, "Oh, Take on Me," I think it was.
Yeah.
And like everyone was in the gym one day, and all the throwers taught it to the whole team, and it was super fun. And like we all bonded in a way that like didn't have to do with like track or our event or anything.
Sounds like, thanks, Emily. That sounds like a lot of fun. Rose, you had something to share?
Yeah, this is kind of like a combination of many events over the 4 years, but Coach Kern's holiday outfits are iconic.
I know.
And my favorite was the 4th of July last year because she had the sneakers and the red, white, and blue outfit and the earrings. So we can always count on Coach Kern to show up on holidays all decked out in a holiday gear. So
I heard her favorite was St. Patrick's Day.
I couldn't get the sneaks on time though.
Anybody else want to share? Story, favorite, something?
I think that we're beyond lucky to have amazing coaches as both of you, because not every team is lucky enough to have such amazing women role models that are able to exemplify something that we want to be when we grow up. So I think we're like all beyond lucky and happy that we have such amazing coaches as you. And this just kind of goes through everything, but they're always there to give you a nice pump up speech before a race or a sweaty hug afterwards, no matter how well you do, because they'll always be happy for you and proud of you no matter how you compete, as long as you give it your all.
Thanks for sharing. That's great. Hey, Jenna, I'm going to keep you on the line, up on the call.
We gotta run. Julia has her hand up.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Julia. Go ahead.
So I was just thinking about the pre-season work that I was doing with Coach Remy before we all got sent home. But I remember there was one day I came in and I had forgotten my sneakers, my training sneakers. So I was wearing like Converse. And Coach Remy comes over and she's like, "Julia, what are you wearing?" I'm standing there like half dressed in Converse, like just there to practice. But she accepted it and she's like, "Fine, like wear Converse, it's all right." But I don't know.
You're the first one to forget your sneaks, that's for sure.
I know. I always was forgetting stuff, but miss it.
We'll miss you, that's for sure.
Right.
Any other stories want to share? Go ahead, Catherine.
This was from a couple of years ago, but Coach Remy and Coach Kern were chaperoning the bus to the girls' state final game, and I was on the bus with them, and we had gotten there, and everything was fine, and then it was time to leave, and Coach Remy goes, "All right, everyone follow me," through the casino floor, and it was like probably like a quarter mile through just like a casino to get to our bus. And Coach Remy I think she started sprinting to the bus. We could not find her. There's like 40 of us, all like, like 16-year-olds, and we don't know our way around this casino. And so we're looking for her. And then we finally find her. We get on the bus, and then we're missing 2 people. So then Coach Kern takes my brother, and Coach Remy takes me, and we start searching the whole casino for these people who had gone missing. And then we, after like half an hour or an hour, we finally find them at like a restaurant eating dinner together.
We're never chaperoning again due to that experience.
Okay.
It was like her ass.
Well, you had some
who
good
was it?
leaders. Yeah,
And
to help
then,
find them.
Who do we have?
We were going to leave them.
Coach, I think we're missing someone. Like they can just call an Uber. We're going. But
Thanks for, yeah, that's great.
At the kid.
Thanks for sharing those amazing stories. That was great.
That was pretty
I'm going to skip down to one of the other questions about what are you going to miss most about your high school track and field team? And again, just either raise your hand and I'll look at you. Everybody else, we can go. Julia, go ahead. Start us off.
So what I think I'm going to miss most about track and field this season, definitely like the traveling. Not necessarily, like I love the meets for sure, but honestly traveling to and from away meets. And I know we didn't have too many away meets planned, but just because on the bus, like the back of the bus will play music and then everyone's like cheering each other on the way and like singing songs on the way back. And I really miss that part of it. And then even like at the meets, everyone, the energy is still there. And I think I'm definitely going to miss that.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Go ahead, Jess.
I think the thing I'm going to miss most is also a lot of the cheering, because this year I kind of got to experience track a little different than I had in past years. I was more of a spectator because I had knee surgery in the winter, and I'm just going to miss the feeling of losing my voice from cheering on my teammates and just going crazy. And also, like, on the other side, there's nothing like hearing all of your friends and like your closest teammates cheering for you and just going crazy. So I'm really good at that.
Good. I like that. That's great. Anyone else? Go ahead, Rose.
I think one thing I have missed a lot and will miss in the future is just like every day in school, like if you're having a bad day, like no matter the day, like just look forward to practice and seeing your teammates and coaches, because whether if it's like a meet day or if we're practicing, no matter like what the workout is, like there's always, something to make you laugh or smile, and it's just like such a wonderful community that we've had on our team, and it's just been such an enjoyable experience for me. So
Thanks so much, Rose. Appreciate it. Anyone else about what they're going to miss? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine a couple questions in one, and then we'll have everybody give a chance to answer as we start wrapping up your final comments. Obviously, I had said that we're recording this so that your teammates can, who are not on the call, can view it. But what is your message for your teammates? And combine it with, as senior leaders, since that's what determines the success of your team, a lot of the freshman members won't be beneficiaries of your knowledge and kindness. So what do you want to leave for the Hall Girls Track and Field legacy? Or what words of wisdom or message would you like to leave for your teammates? And do we want to go reverse alpha in this one? Do we want to?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Okay, Jenny, you're up.
I think that the biggest lessons I learned is that working hard and putting 100% effort into everything and having confidence in yourself and believing in yourself and not just being a good athlete, but being a good teammate and person and leader to the younger kids helps a lot along the way. And to have fun and enjoy your experience, because it goes by really fast, as this year we didn't get one last season, but to cherish your memories and experiences and races and everything that you have, make it the best possible experience, because like this year, you never know when your last race as a high schooler might be. So to cherish every moment and have fun along the way.
Thanks. Good words to leave everybody. Let's see, I got my list here. Leah, you're up.
I'd basically say the same thing, just work hard, and it's important to just like keep the mindset of like I can do this. And it's also really important to engage yourself, because that makes the whole season like a lot more fun. And you also get to create a lot more bonds if you like go to more meets, like invitational meets, and if you like actually like participate. in team activities and everything.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Danaka, what do you want to share or leave for your teammates?
For my teammates, I would say that don't let the current situation get you down. You put in all this work, so don't stop now. Keep pushing ahead. And for like the freshmen, I think Jenna said it really well. The best thing is to have fun and like try new things. Don't stay in one place. But I think having fun is the most important thing, because it wouldn't be as fun if you didn't have fun.
Sure.
Always important. Thanks. Mira, you're up. What do you want to leave?
Yeah, I would definitely say have fun, because that's how you make the most of your memories from track. And also try something new. Like, I didn't think I was going to be a good thrower, but now I'm possibly going to throw for college. So if you just put your best mind to it and just always have a positive mindset, it can get you places you never really thought you would go. So just stay positive and have fun.
I like that. That's great. Jess, care to share?
The biggest thing that I would like to share is probably like the idea of persistence, which a lot of people have already talked about, but just like small victories throughout the day. Like in practice, I remember it was really hard for me to get the 4x1 handoffs down. We would do like 30 times every practice. But I mean, every time you get better and better, and then maybe you'll take a step back, but then you go 3 steps forward. And just like little small victories like that can really make the difference. And honestly, just pushing through all of your obstacles, and really just don't be afraid to keep trying, even if you don't think you're good. As long as you try your hardest, you're gonna get better. And also another thing for my fellow teammates is like the small victories thing. Like we're hearing, like every day is different. Like we're taking it as it comes with the whole COVID thing. And I mean, it seems like things are getting better, which is good. So it's just like, again, small victories throughout the day that it really helps to cherish.
Thanks. That was great. I think Rose, you're up next.
I think the number one thing I want to say to my teammates and future people that might be watching is just to believe in yourself in your training, because this is something that I know that some of my teammates have struggled with in the past, and I've learned so much from Coach Remy, Coach Kern, and other mentors on like just believing in your training, because if you work hard, the results will come. But you have to be patient, because you know you might have an injury or you might not have the best race. But I know our coaches say this a lot: just do the best you can for that day, because that's all they can ask for. And also another really important thing I've learned is to embrace the uncomfortable, because that's where you're gonna learn the most. And you know, I've had many positive experiences, but also many, you know, disappointing experiences throughout my career. And I think that just reflecting on them and not getting too down on yourself, like I know Danaka mentioned earlier, and just like trying to find the positive from all of your experiences is just really beneficial.
Thanks, Rose. As good words. Catherine, care to share your words of wisdom or comments you want to leave for your teammates?
I would definitely say just to really enjoy every moment of it. Even when you didn't do your best, make sure that you are finding something fun, because whether it's in practice or at a meet, there's always something fun, because you're surrounded by a bunch of people your age, and there's always something funny or something fun that's going to be happening. And you need to just find that and make sure that you're enjoying that moment. Because even if you're not the one who PR'd that day, if one of your teammates did, then you need to feel the same way that you would as though you PR'd. You need to make sure that they get that feeling that you would hope for when you did your best. And then yeah, just every practice, I think sometimes people might think like can get a little mundane every day doing the same thing, but it's really the people and the friendships that make it so exciting. And just like I looked forward to going to practice every day, because my teammates were there to make me laugh and to have a fun time with.
Thanks for those closing thoughts. Appreciate it, Catherine. Emily, please share.
I definitely agree with Catherine about making all your teammates feel important and like celebrate their achievements just as much as you would your own. And I think as much as track is an independent sport, we always say this, like it's also really a team sport, and focusing on that aspect of it is so important because at the end of the day, your teammates are the ones that are gonna like help you get to that finish line. It's their cheering that's gonna like push you further. It's them like in front of you during a workout that's gonna motivate you to keep going like and finish that lap. So I think just relying on your teammates and the support they give is really important.
Thanks for those thoughts, Emily. That's great. Julia, please share your parting words.
All right, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
All right, great. I was having a little trouble with that. So I think right off the bat, one of the most important things I found with track and field is making sure that you bring enough food, no matter like, even if it's a home meet. Just like I would pack like so much in my tiny little lunchbox, like food always. But also, I know a few people commented on this. I think Tanaka and Jenna did. Try everything. There are so many events in track and field, and like if you're used to sprinting and running, like try a jumping event, like everything. Because I don't think I tried high jump until this year, and I actually really liked it, and I wish I had tried it earlier. So I strongly encourage that anyone, like freshmen, even if you're a sophomore, like start trying everything, because you don't know what you could be good at. And then again, like be a part of the team, just because it's an individual sport, but it is a team sport, and you'll have so much more fun if you do like accept that you're part of the team and support everyone and accept their support. So
Thanks for those comments, Julia. Appreciate it. Delnaz, why don't you close for us?
All right, so I can probably speak for everyone when we say we love you guys, and we are gonna miss you guys so much when we leave, especially this year since we didn't have like an official, I guess, goodbye with that night we usually have. And probably the wisdom I'm gonna give you guys is that if you guys ever feel like a little nervous or a little scared, especially like with incoming freshmen about like the first meet or like your first states meet, just take a deep breath and look around you, because the people who love you, support you, are right there with you, and they know what you're going through. So if you ever like just need a hug, you can just say, "Can I have a hug?" And they're gonna give you one, because they know exactly what you're going through, because they've probably been through too.
Thanks, Delnaz. I'm going to open it up to the coaches. Do you have any parting comments, closing comments you want to leave for your athletes?
I do. Just a couple. I actually wrote like a little thing, but I kind of said it earlier. But first of all, I want to thank you, Ron, for doing this whole platform for us to all get together and, see each other again. And also, I mean, I'm just so inspired by the senior class, as you can see why now, as we went through this whole, process here, and like your thoughts, how you articulate things. I mean, you are just awesome women, and you are going to go on to do the best things. And, we're just so proud of you. And I just want to say that, like, a lot of times, like we don't know, like we feel insignificant sometimes on the track team, and this is probably the legacy for the future too. And you really don't know. It's almost like The Wonderful Life, how you impact other people. And I was just thinking of each and every one of you, and I was thinking of, first of all, Leah, who probably a lot of you don't know that she was a sprinter, but she would spend forever with the underclassmen trying to have them get their hand on, like the JV squad, making sure they had to do starts, helping them through the workouts and things like that. And she was truly a leader on this team. And I think sometimes we get caught up where you think your what you do isn't important, and yet you did so many things for our team. So Leah, first I want to thank you for that. for all your assistance. And Delnez, like with all your different injuries, first of all, thank your parents for the conference meets and the concession stands and all that, because Betty and I can't cook. So we appreciate that. But also, like with all your different injuries, you didn't go around and feel sorry for yourself. What you did is you went and helped the future. You helped
Yeah, you helped our kids so much, all the throwers. She was there every day helping all those throwers indoors. I couldn't have done it without you. It was awesome.
Right. Right. So like, even though like you feel like, oh, I didn't score points maybe in the state meet, you played a really important role. And Julia, on to Julia, and you'll echo this too, I'm sure, like all the help you gave to the
pole vaulters.
Right. I mean, their success a lot of times is what you did for them. And when you were there and Coach Remy was out there doing, other events, because there's a million events she does, that you would take over and help them. And where we scored points in pole vault, I think obviously Coach is, a big part of it. But I mean, with your support.
She was part of it. And I remember when we had to sit the mats up, I turned around and you had already orchestrated the whole thing to be set up. Like those things don't go unnoticed by us, and that's a really big help. All those things that help us, and that in essence is leadership. So, and it's when people aren't always looking too, and that's what you kindly do things behind the scenes. But we do see that, and that's what really, as Coach Kearns is saying, really has set this class, I think, apart from so many others.
Right. And then I have now I was struggling to remember the song also, but I also have a dance team. I get a special shout out to the dance team with Catherine, Mira, Delnez, and really Hannah, but we can't mention her because she's only a junior. But with you guys, I mean, you have to have fun on the team. It has to be an important piece. And a lot of times when they've done interviews with athletes from when they're in elementary school all the way to professional athletes, one of their most important things is that they want to have fun. And I know I yelled at you to get going and start doing stuff a lot, but I think we needed you. We need you to have that ingredient of fun. And that made everybody else feel bonded. And I do remember, I'll never forget the day we were all just sitting there and you guys were leading. It was like raining like crazy. And I'm like, oh, what the heck, come teach the dance. And that was our whole practice. And that was awesome. And you know what? That's the practice they'll remember. They're not going to remember the repeats on the track. They're going to remember the day that we went and didn't have practice and we just danced all day. So I think that's really important. And the next people like Emily, Jess, Catherine, Rose, Jenna, I am so sad. I feel so sad that you didn't have the platform to be captains, because I know how special it is to be the spring captains and like the big role of, teaching, getting up there and talking and doing the awards and all that. And unfortunately, you guys would have been probably one of the best of my 46-year career. And I could have used a pandemic some of those other years for some of don't you know, as luck would have it, that this is a year when we have the best seniors and the best leadership, and that and we don't have it. But even still, like we still were hopeful throughout the time, like, oh, maybe we'll still have it, maybe it won't be just 2 weeks, maybe it won't be a month, maybe even when we got up to almost June, we were still hoping that, oh, maybe they'll just do states. And they didn't. It didn't happen, but you guys handled it with such and everything. And Jessica, a shout out to you, tearing your ACL, your during soccer, and not being able to participate, in the indoor season and stuff like that. Like you handled it with such grace and courage, because it's your senior year, and that's the worst. Little did we know that everybody would be going through like a torn ACL with the pandemic and not being able to compete in their seasons. I just, like with Emily and all you guys, you're so inclusive, and the least important thing about you is your, athleticism. Yeah, you have records. We were state, runner up like 3 times with you, and you scored in states, and you did all those big things. But the most important thing with all of you are your character and your kindness, and that I thank you for.
Yeah. Very unselfish team. Just think, the work ethic, your leadership, and we just wish you the very best, because you're going to go on and do really great things if you keep all those wonderful values that you displayed for us every day. So congratulations, and we wish you the very best as you go forward.
Yeah.
All right.
And you
Thank you, coaches. Appreciate it. Athletes, I want to thank everyone for sharing and participating at tonight's Salute to Seniors program, hosted by My Sports Results. I also want to thank our sponsor again, SoundRunner, for their generous gift cards for your team, and also for allowing us to get this program going. From your comments tonight, I know that you are ready to achieve success in all your next endeavors. Good luck, best of health, and this is Ron Knapp from My Sports Results saying, not goodbye, but so long for now, and we'll see you in your next endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job, everybody.
Yeah. You guys did awesome. You are awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Signing out.
Signing out.